Yes! Managed to do it without two hands. Hi! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to an extra bite-sized book review. So if you'd seen my previous book review for The Weekend Away, a thriller by Sarah Alderson, you would have heard me say at the end that next up I was reading The Shelf by Helly Acton. I am still reading that, haven't quite finished it yet, but that review will be with you very soon. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about a book that I read a little while ago now, but I'm really keen to share my thoughts on it. It's been out for a while. I think this was released back in 2017. It is an international bestseller and I can totally understand why. So if you haven't guessed from the thumbnail, today I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep. Matthew Walker is a British... this is so hard to say. So Matthew Walker is a British sleep scientist. There are so many S's in that could have gone so wrong. And a professor of neuroscience and psychology, which I know for some people would be like, oh, yawn, boring. This is far from boring. On Goodreads, Bill Gates has actually reviewed this book, applying it to his work life at Microsoft. What an accolade. I wanted to share my thoughts on this book today because I firmly believe that everyone should read this book. I generally don't read out things that are kind of quoted on books, but I just want to read out this really small paragraph. It sums up what this book is about. This is from a journalist at The Guardian. A neuroscientist shows how a good night's shut-eye can make us cleverer, more attractive, slimmer, happier, healthier, and ward off cancer. It's probably a little too soon to tell you that it saved my life, but it's been an eye-opener. This book is not a guide on how to get more sleep or how to stay asleep for longer without waking up. It's more around why sleep is so important and what impact a lack of sleep can have on you in so many ways. When I started reading this book, it was one of those books that every couple of pages I wanted to read out a paragraph to Michael. I'd be like, oh my God, check this out. Or did you know? It's so insightful. It's fascinating. It is sobering. It's hard hitting. It's just a real eye-opener. And actually, Matthew Walker makes a really good point in this book that the government do a lot in terms of trying to encourage us to eat our 5 a day, to be more active, take 10,000 steps. Whereas actually, if they encouraged you to be a bit more conscious of the amount of time you're spending sleeping and ensuring that you're getting a really good night's sleep, some of those bits would just fall into place naturally. I've written down, I'm just looking at my phone here, I've written down my favourite facts that I learnt from this book. Number 1. Drowsy driving is actually more dangerous than drink driving. Drunk drivers are late to react, however drowsy drivers don't react at all. So that's pretty scary. Number 2, you can't catch up on sleep that you may have missed during the week at the weekend. That time is lost. Say goodbye. Number 3, in terms of natural sleeping tendencies, as a population, worldwide, we can be divided into 2 groups. So one group are morning larks, one group are night owls. There is pretty much nothing you can do about that. Your natural tendency is stuck with you. It's very, very difficult, if practically impossible, to try to become a morning lark if you're a night owl. It is a very scientific book. All of what Matthew Walker is saying is backed up in theories, studies, facts, but I really like that. It kind of gives a lot more weight to what he's saying. I like to have that evidence there. Obviously, it's actually quite a tricky thing to explain, sleep and how your brain works. It's not that easy, but actually the author does it so well. It's really simple to read. It's not like a dissertation, which I must admit when I first picked this up I was a bit like, oh God, is this going to be a real slog? It's going to be tough going. Not at all. He explains it in such an accessible way. So if you can get your hands on a copy of this, I would definitely recommend to give it a read. So I am going to be scoring Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this pretty speedy review. If you did, please give it a thumbs up below. It really helps my channel. And if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed and you would like to see a lot more book reviews, product reviews, and hopefully some travel coming soon, then please press that little red button in the corner below. Thank you so much if you have subscribed over the past couple of weeks. It honestly is making my lockdown. Right, it is an absolutely grim day, so I think I am gonna grab myself a cup of tea and continue reading The Shelf. We'll be back with a review of that next week. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.